At the beginning of November, the company Bandai Namco announced their financial report for the first half of their fiscal year 2026, which covers the time period of April 2025 through March 2026. And sadly, there was lower than expected numbers for perennial hits like One Piece and Dragon Ball. One title that overshot their projections was the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise, and beat both of these earlier mentioned IPs. Gundam has so far brought in 127.2 billion yen, or 825 million US dollars, which equates to 59% over estimates, and is on track to continue to break these initial numbers by the end of their fiscal year. This total is already close to breaking its full last year's sales totals also. So what exactly has been in the water that this long-running series is seeing a bit of a resurgence this year? I'll be highlighting a number of those reasons here and preview some of the stuff we still have to look forward to in the months ahead. First off, one of the things pushing the success this year is SD Gundam G Generations Eternal for mobile, released in April, a free-to-play game that has received rather good reviews for a gacha game and currently sits at 4.8 and 4.9 on the Apple and Google Play stores respectively. Within the first months, it was already reported making over 100 million. For this video, I gave it a try, and is rather good for this style of game. It feels like there is a lot to do even if you don't pay, which is nice, though there is a bit of a steep level creep that pops in after the initial stage, but that also could be due to me just running a 5-person team of just ball units. As for the game itself, it has you go through the storylines of nearly every Gundam series and many video games, so there is a lot of content. It plays as a tactical strategy game, though the most high-profile release for this franchise so far this year would be the release of Gundam Gquuuux, also in April. It would first premiere in theaters in January, but wouldn't see a full release worldwide until April, and is currently streaming in the US on Amazon Prime. Pre-release fan opinion was mixed due to the new mech designs by famed mechanical designer Ikuto Yamashita, who is one of the people responsible for the mech designs in Evangelion. And these reimagined designs have a lot of that energy. Personally, I feel some were better than others, and some I had to question their decisions. Zaku crotch rockets, for instance. But overall, I came around on most of the new designs, especially the gun cannon, and the Gquuuux units especially. Both Gquuuux and G Generations, though, also had something in common, as they both served as a celebration of the franchise. Gquuuux is set in an alternate timeline where Char and Zeon, by extension, are able to capture the Gundam before Amuro Ray could enter the cockpit. Due to this setting, the show is able to revisit ideas, characters, and most importantly, mechs of the past. Also at 12 episodes, it is easy to be binged in a day. These new mech designs for Gquuuux, along with the continued success of their From Mercury line, Gundam Wing Anniversary reprints, and Iron-Blooded Orphan Anniversary, helped to bolster their toy and model sales over 9 billion yen over projections. The later two series would also help put eyes back on the franchise, as both are still two of the most well-loved series in the West, with Wing getting a 30th anniversary animated video of the show's second intro song, Rhythm Emotion by 2mix. Rounding out what has been released so far this year, there is both the Gundam miniature game in the vein of Warhammer, and card game much like Magic the Gathering. These are still slower rollouts though, but have a ton of interest, as a number of Warhammer fans have found an outlet for their miniature skills with Gunpla. Warhammer fan discovers Gunpla has become a bit of a YouTube trend, though time will tell if entering these markets will yield lasting interests, but with the backlog of series, characters, and suits to choose from, this could be an ongoing success for them if handled well. As mentioned earlier, this is only the first half of their year, and they do have a number of big releases on the horizon, including the release of the second part of the Gundam Hathaway movie series, first released in 2021, and is part of a planned trilogy. The first one was well received and had a good story based on an original novel written by Gundam creator Yoshiyuki Tamino. The action is also well animated, though my only flaw is that the two main Gundam suits, the G and the Penelope, give off Maggie Simpson in her Star Snowcoat vibes. They would not be in my top Gundam designs list. Finally, as far as big releases for the remaining fiscal year, for Bandai Namco and Gundam, there is the release of the new Gundam Perfect Grade Unleashed kit, based on Amuro Ray's suit from the movie Char's Counterattack, and is the model kit equivalent of the LEGO UCS Millennium Falcon, priced at 66,000 yen or $420 US, though good luck at trying to find it in the States for that, as due to tariffs, many sites are selling it for upwards of $600 due to the importing costs and size of the figure. Even though this year has been big for Gundam's nearly 50-year history, will next year see the same level of success? From what we know that is upcoming, it is going to be rather hard to replicate this achievement next year. After the Hathaway sequel, there isn't any further anime projects on the horizon, and going based on the time between which From Mercury and Gquuuux, it may be sometime before the next one is even announced. The live-action US-produced Gundam film from Legendary Studios, directed by Jim Mickle, showrunner of the Netflix Sweet Tooth series, is ramping up. Actors Sydney Sweeney and Noah Centineo are attached to star, but if I had to guess, it won't see a release until summer 2027 at the earliest. And going based on the rumors floating around, this may be just end up being a watered-down 8th MS team retelling, with the actors playing the Aina and Shiro roles respectively. Any bright sides next year would come from the continued projects like the mobile game, miniatures, and card game that have been recently introduced and still in the rollout phase right now. There is still the model kits that have been a centerpiece to the franchise nearly from the beginning and how it survived their initial canceling. Though overall, while it may not equal what they did this year, I do feel they will be taking this momentum into the next few years as they are getting closer to their 50th anniversary in 2029. And I suspect we'll be continuing to get more interesting original tales and revisits to old ones between now and then. Though, if they truly want to make all the money in the world, those cowards just need to make a Perfect Grade Unleashed ball unit suit.
これが私専用の赤い照り焼きだ。ガーリックとベーコンの衝撃、赤いガーリック照り焼き。辛さは最大限に生かす。それが私の主義だ。スパイシーチーズとハラペーニョ、シャア専用体縁。この感覚、アムノ、いや、トリッチ。トリプルチーズがニュータイプ、白いトリチ。これでこそ私のマックだ。シャア専用マクドナルドへようこそ。